Welcome back, this is Rock. Get your coffee ready because today we are making a game in 1 hour. Let's get some music on and begin. Okay, so 1 hour to remind myself how SFML works and actually make a game with it. Looking at making games in C++, I found SDL and SFML. I heard that SFML is more beginner friendly, so for this video we're going to use that. Let me know what you want to see more of in the comments below, and after how popular my Vulkan video was, I will probably do some more videos on Vulkan. Now, what is SFML? Well, obviously it's a cross-platform software development library designed to provide a simple API to various multimedia components in computers. Now, looking at the SFML website, it's recommended to create the project using CMake. So we're going to make a CMake lists text file and copy in from the SFML documentation, changing the project name to GAME. And then we can just build that with CMake. Obviously, we're going to be, well, it might not be obvious, but we're going to be working in Visual Studio. To make sure our project is working, I'm going to test it with a simple hello world. I only have an hour for this, and seeing how long it takes to build is not filling me with confidence. But our hello world is working. I am also just going to quickly test that SFML has been included. This should just give us a blank window, which it does. Very cool. Okay, so I've only got an hour, so my idea for a quick game is to create one of those matching games. There's a lot on mobile and they look relatively easy to make. We're going to create a 8x8 grid of 7 different objects. The user will swap 2 adjacent objects to create 3 in a row and then get points for the lines they destroy. I need a score system, replay method, audio, a timer, and a high score. Here I'm setting up a window for the game, generating a grid of objects and creating textures for the objects and background. Cue the coding montage. Now, for testing, I'm just going to create quick simple assets as placeholders. The background will be a block color and the objects will be a sprite sheet of 7 49 by 49 squares. So now you can see the grid with the loaded textures, and after a bit more coding we can actually swap the positions of the objects. If you're enjoying this, please consider subscribing, it really helps out and I appreciate it. I'm running out of pretzels. Okay, after a bit more code we can delete matches. I've sped this up because I'm genuinely so bad at this game. I've also implemented animations for when the swap occurs and lines are deleted. The gameplay is almost all there, but it doesn't look very nice, so with about 20 minutes left, I'm working on some assets, coffee related of course. These are all the pixel art drawings I've created in Sprite, and these are going to replace the coloured squares in the game. So if we run the game now, it looks much better, however, this doesn't make me any better at the game. The user currently has no idea of how well they're doing, so I've downloaded a font and created a text label for score. The player receives 10 points for each object they can remove from the board, and I thought the font fitted the kind of cafe vibe I was going for. After doing the score, it was pretty easy to add a timer too, especially with the SFML's built-in clock data type. The game needs some audio, so I open SFXR, which creates lots of annoying sounds, and with a bit more coding, the game plays the sound to let the player know they're out of time. With just a few minutes left of my hour, I added text for the player's high score and a way to restart the game with either spacebar or the R key. Now, did I run out of time and go over about a minute?
Maybe.
But it's my competition, so I don't really care. Join my Discord to talk about game development, link is in the description. Also, if you want to support my channel, you can on Patreon or Ko-fi. Again, links are in the description. Follow me on X, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, Skype, you know the drill. Thank you so much for watching, I appreciate it. Leave a like if you enjoyed, dislike if you didn't. If you want games on Vulkan or tutorials, let me know in the comments and I'll make sure to have a look at them. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!